If I think back of the journey I have done in the last few years, it is mind blowing. I've changed so much that my daughter is able to say, "Oh, mom, I don't want to be around you anymore." Now she can spend 3 hours at a meal with me and enjoy my company. What changed? I did. I needed to learn to just be calm and allow her to have her emotions and me to have my own and many other aspects. Let's get started. So, you have some triggers. Triggers are words, actions, events that make you feel like you're ready to explode sometimes. And it's about releasing the layers, sometimes said as the layers of the onion. So, just pick one. And out of 10, 10 out of 10, meaning you're right into explosion mode, or 0, it doesn't matter anymore. They can do it as much as they want. It's not triggering them at all. Once you have one picked, I'd love for you to share it or write it in the chat, whatever feels comfortable for you, and then say out of 10 how that feels, where you're at right now before we start to release this. Feeling used, 8 out of 10. Very good. Yes, we do often feel used by others. For some people that are listening right now, they're like, oh, that doesn't bother me at all. And others will be, yeah, that's a really huge trigger for me. And why is that? Different life experiences. It's that simple. Okay, are we all ready to go? Good. So today we're going to put the hands around the ears, and I have a bit of a shoulder issue, so I'm only going to do one ear. The glasses are a little bit in the way, but anyway. So it's kind of like making a C shape. This is to declutter the brain a little bit. As you see this situation, I want you to take a deep breath for 4 or 5 seconds. Relax the shoulders and exhale onto the spiraling train or into the hot air balloon. Allowing to be released. Notice, scan your body and breathe in and relax. And go to the station and exhale. 5 or 6 seconds. Notice your body. Breathe in 4 or 5 seconds. Go to the station, hold for a few seconds, and exhale for 5 or 6 seconds. Let's do it one more time. Breathing in, relaxing the body, going to the station, and exhaling. And now, how does it feel out of 10? Has it gone up? Has it gone down? Pay attention to what your body is saying. Now, we looked at the sight of it. It might have gone down. It's gone down to a 0. Excellent. What if you think of it, of feeling it? Does it re-trigger? If it doesn't re-trigger when you think of feeling and sensing, then take another item from your list. And you can stay tapping around the ears if you want, or you can come back to the collarbone point or on the sternum at the heart level. Okay, whichever feels comfortable. I just feel like going at the heart level right now, so I'm going to stay there. but do what's best for you, what feels right. I just want to say that doing this with a client, that topping here made them feel very uncomfortable. So we checked out for another area. This one felt comfortable. And doing the C around the ears did not feel comfortable. When you start, go with what feels good and feels comfortable. That is the most important part. Okay? You either have the same triggering sentence or you picked another one. I want you to maybe even close your eyes and see yourself just a few seconds before the scene. Okay? You can see yourself before it happens. You're walking in, and let's say it's somebody that says words that really triggers you. So just before you walk in and you know they're going to say these words because you're re-seeing the scene, I want you to just
stop and snap, tap, zap. Let's do it together.
breathe in for 4, hold for 3 or 4 seconds, go to the station, and exhale. Again, seeing the scene and feeling the scene if your out of 10 has gone down, breathing in, going to the station, relaxing the body, and exhaling for 5 or 6 seconds. Notice your body. Are you relaxing more? Are you feeling some tension in certain areas? So see, feel, and sense how it feels to be there. Breathe in and allowing all the fear to go onto the spiraling train or the hot air balloon, and exhale. Just allowing. And one more time, breathing in. See the situation. Maybe see yourself getting into the situation. And how do you feel? Is it still triggering you? Or are you just like, oh, yeah, I know this person is going to react this way, but I'm just calm and I'm not affected by it. And then exhale into the spiraling drain or the hot air balloon.
And release. Let it go.
Very good. And how does that feel? Have your triggers gone down? And if you are yawning, that is beautiful. It means there is shift happening. So congratulations. So using this technique where you see it happening, you see yourself, is really cool. Another thing that I did to help myself was to put on a movie with a character that would act like this person that triggered me. And then I would, of course, pretend I'm in the scene. And as I would see it happening and feel my trigger starting, I would start with my snap set go level 4, sometimes level 1, and work up to level 4, whatever felt right in that moment to release until I can watch the episodes without any reaction. Then it makes it easier when I get in the real world with real people to just be able to be non-responsive to it. Have you ever had somebody call up and they're going, "Ah," and you're like, oh my goodness, I was all calm. Now I'm all triggered.
Stop and snap, tap, zap.
They don't know what you're doing while you're talking. This technique I have used so many times when talking to people on the phone, sometimes our beautiful relatives that we really like, but ooh, they chew up a lot of our energy, and we don't want that. So that's another great place to use it. And one last thing, when was the last time you asked your child or an adult friend, whatever, what is triggering you? And being able to ask them to look at that. What is triggering you? Because children who get angry, frustrated, upset, or hit, there's something that triggered them, right? They're smart. We all know that children are smart. That's not the question. It's not the willpower to stop because they really want to please us. So, what is it? Now, if you do this, this is really important. If you ask, what is triggering you? You need to be in a safe place in the sense of calm, compassionately, listening attentively, using the
Stop and snap, tap, zap.
while they are telling you, and they will tell you things that will trigger you. That is certain. They might say, you hate me. And the first thing you want to answer, that's not true. But if you say that, you're cutting off the space to allow them to just be themselves, right? So just breathe in, send that energy to want to say, it's not true. How can you say that about me?
And send it on the hot air balloon or the spiraling train.
So that whatever your child says,
Stop and snap, tap, zap.
so that's where you, as the adult, really need to sit with this and allow yourself to release as the child talks to you. Calm down your brain. Of course, we know, and you know, you love your child and you're doing everything in your power to respect your child. It's just your child's perception is different. So, how do we do this?
Stop and snap, tap, zap.
Breathing in, relaxing the shoulders, and you can nod, or you can say, oh, I'm sorry you feel that way, or tell me more, so that you can get to the bottom of the story. Because as soon as somebody says, oh, you hate me, if we react, are we allowing space for our child to be able to express themselves freely? Think, invert the roles. If you were the child, would you want your mom or dad to say, hey, that's not true? Of course not. And it's okay. We're just doing our best. This is just maybe for most of you a very different way of doing things. I want you to allow space for this. Sit with it before you do it with your child until you're comfortable and you feel strong enough to do it. Okay? Instead of question, why is this happening to me? Why me? What else can you ask? Meet me for level 7, where we will be looking at a different way of questioning ourselves to help us move forward. Questions that bring us into action, or questions that help co-create our new life, co-create our transformation, and make it so much easier. I'm very excited and I look forward to seeing you for level 7.